Hey everyone, it's Talia here. Welcome to day 8 of Sarah's and my Christmas collaboration. Today's theme is traditional Christmas and we are going to work on my mom. It is also a watch me work, so you guys know how my watch me work tutorials go. They're a little bit of a combination of talking to my mom as well as a tutorial. So let's dive in and I'll show you how I came up with this design. I just can't remember what collection I was planning on using on this because I think I'll just use Fusion because they have a really good Christmas collection. Right? Look at that color palette.
Beautiful.
Do you like that gold?
I love that gold. Does it go with that though? The other ones are so bright, and that's muted. It'll be fine. It'll work out fine.
Anything go. I think I might go not green though.
Okay.
And just stick with red and gold.
Red, white, and gold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People will be excited that I'm working on a real hand.
I'm excited you're working on a real hand that happened to be attached to me.
I am going to be 100% real with you guys, and I went into this theme having zero idea what I wanted to do. Usually if I have a theme, I will go into it with like a color palette that I want to do or some sort of new nail art that I want to try. But doing my mom's nails on this particular day was kind of on a whim because where I live, we ended up getting locked down again and I still hadn't gotten her in for her Christmas nails or this theme. So when we were doing her nails, it's a complete winging it. Like I just started grabbing random stuff and was hoping that it would all kind of work together, and you guys are going to kind of see that progression through here. But I did know that I wanted to use this Fusion Bitter color because it's a really nice light gold background for whatever nail art I was going to do. And whenever you use these pearl shades from Fusion, they are stunning. I love them, but they do show any lumps or bumps that are on the nails. So because I prefer to embed them, that's why you guys are seeing some lumps and bumps, because I haven't like perfected that foundation yet. But if you like doing colors on top, these are a fantastic option to do. And then obviously you wouldn't see as many lumps and bumps, but don't worry, we're going to fix those. If you guys have watched any of my other Watch Me Works with my mom, you know that she loves red, so she's perfect for a traditional Christmas theme because I can go all out with the reds on her. And this color from the Fusion Winter Collection called Rise is just the perfect red for Christmas nails. So I decided to put this all over her pinky finger because I just love how sparkly it is. And I definitely found I had to go in with 2 super thin coats with this because you do not want to build this thick. You'll have problems with it curing.
Chrome stamping is so pretty.
Isn't that so pretty?
Oh, it just pops. It's just beautiful.
It's like, why do we stamp normally?
Yeah, right?
What is the point?
This is a game changer.
Yeah. I think my Christmas compilation series, I think, was like all chrome stamping.
And why not though? I mean, because tis the season for that kind of stuff too. Oh my gosh, that's blinding. Love it.
It's pretty. It's a really pretty red. I said it in the review video for this collection, but it is just such a great Christmas collection. So a bunch of really nice shades that you would get a lot of use out of for this time of year. But the nice thing about red shades like this particular one is they are great for all year round and also for Valentine's Day too. So I believe this one is called Phoenix, and this one again, I found that it needed 2 thin coats. Now the new Fusion formula, you can paint it on because it is so pigmented and it goes on really nicely. I'm so used to floating their colors though, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. And when I do that, you can see that there's a little bit of shadowing, and you would not get that if you were actually just like painting these on. I definitely need to perfect how I am applying these because they are a little bit different than anything that I've really used. I actually end up going in and doing like a second really thin coat on top to just kind of even everything out on these as well. I also wanted to touch on the brush that I am using. I know I've mentioned it in a few videos now, but I freaking love this brush. Like anytime I have been using hard gels in the pots, this is the brush that I gravitate towards, and it is the Fusion number 2 oval brush, I believe. It's got a really small head on it, but it's perfect for getting nice and tight to the cuticles. And this is going on my to add list at Creative Beauty because I want to get another one so that I have one for light and dark colors, because right now I have been using this for everything. That's just how much I love this brush.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You've worn this one before?
I think I have. That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, this is a really nice gold. I knew I wanted some sort of gold sparkle on her nails to kind of match that bitter color that we used from Fusion. But the gold in the Christmas collection from Fusion has a little bit more of a rose gold tinge, so I wanted something a bit lighter, which is why I gravitated towards this On Vogue like glitter gel in Goddess. It is so stunning. Like, I'm so glad I grabbed it because I actually ended up putting it on my nails. It's the perfect like lighter gold foily leaf type of shade, and it's just stunning. I find these kind of leaf type of glitter gels from En Vogue to be a little bit watery, I guess. So when you're applying this, just work super, super thin because they definitely run.
I'm actually gonna cover this nail up. I was going to embed some stuff, but I'm like, you know what, I bet this just over top of this would look great.
If you're going to use these pearly shades from Fusion, I would either do like the sandwich technique where you do a color embedded like this and then you add your gel and your finish file and then go in with a thin coat on top, or just go right on top with these and don't worry about embedding it because it's not overly necessary with the thinner formula. That way you avoid the lumps and bumps that I am now trying to cover up with that En Vogue gold.
Ooh, we could use these. Oops. Do some baubles. You know, I wonder how well these will show up on your gold. These would be so pretty though.
I like that. I like that.
Or these ones. Oh goodness.
Oh, look at those poinsettias too, eh?
Yeah. Maybe we should use her gold foils. Okay, I got my warm water. Warm water, people, works the best.
Can you put gemstones in the middle of those?
Yep. These are poinsettias. These are holly.
Oh, there was a poinsettia on that one. Oh, that's a holly. That's a holly. That's not a poinsettia. Oh, that's okay.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
I have a video that went up last year in my Vlogmas series titled How to Work with Tricky Nail Art, and in that video we go over water decals. And yes, I call them decals, not decals. I get comments anytime I say that word, but you know what, you guys, we just all say things a little bit differently. So anyway, side note, when you're working with water decals, it is good to work with warm water because they transfer a little bit easier. And I always like to have like a little wipe sitting right beside me to just kind of dab off any sort of water as well.
Make sure you can't see the plastic, because if you can see the plastic, it's not going to look very good.
Now the water decals from Enchanted Decals are fantastic. Whatever paper she uses is just so great because it is just so nice and thin, but it's not like cut all the way around the actual decal. It's just one giant sheet. So I was a little nervous that you would be able to see the plastic through this because you can see it right now.
If this doesn't, like if you can still see the plastic, I'm not going to keep this on here. A lot of times when you cover the gel up, it goes away, so I just want to make sure it's going away.
When I get my gel down, I notice that you cannot see the plastic at all, which is fantastic, and it's an attribution to the quality of the decals for sure.
Because I think there's any time that I can let you get away with putting a 3D bow or a 3D something on here.
3D Christmas tree.
A 3D Christmas tree. Or any of those kind of things. This is the one time.
You can't see that plastic, can you?
I can't see anything with glasses without glasses on.
I don't think you can.
I think that's fine.
Yeah. Your red berries are gonna get lost in here though.
Yeah, I don't think we need red berries on that one.
I will try to remember to leave that Tricky Nail Art video linked in the description box below, but sometimes I do forget to do that because there's a lot of things to link. So if I ever don't leave a video and you're searching for one, just search for it on the YouTube search bar and put in like Tricky Nail Art Talia and put my name at the end of it and it will just pop right up. I tend to do that a lot if I can't find my own videos that I'm looking for, but I have over 500 videos up, so there's tons to help you guys with, and if you cannot find what you're looking for, just put my name at the end of it and whatever I have relevant to that video that you're searching will come up. On the gold, I decided to go in with some of the red poinsettias. Now, these ones kind of get a little bit lost on the gold, and I find this with some color decals that sometimes it just works best working on top of white. And I know that Kelly from Enchanted Decals is planning on coming out with something that's a little bit more bold, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she has up her sleeve for 2021.
These lace so nicely. It's not, they're not super bold though. Like it almost looks like a watercolor floral.
Right. Whereas the other one actually looks like a chrome thing.
Yeah.
These ones look watercolor. So we've got both covered.
Like I mentioned, whenever I'm working with a different nail art, such as water decals or big chunky glitters, and a lot of times foils too, I prefer to embed them for multiple reasons. If there's any lumps and bumps, I can finish file those lumps and bumps out, but I also find nail art such as this holds a lot better for me if I embed them. I know there's many techs out there that do all of this type of nail art right on top of a finished file nail, but this is just what I find works best for me, and we go over all the tips and tricks on this and a whole bunch of different tricky nail art in that video. It's a really good one to watch. It was one, like I said, that went up last year, but I know many of you guys don't even know I have that video up.
I like the gold ones. Plus I think these are going to be really big.
What about the snowflake one?
The snowflakes are pretty. We're not really doing snowflake though. No, let's keep it Christmassy.
What else do you have there then?
Well, this is all the Christmas ones. I've reorganized it for me.
Aw, she's such a sweetie.
I know. She is.
All right, but that's okay. You can fill the void with stamping. Yay!
But then I'm going to have to do these on this finger and then stamping. So I pulled this one because I like this one. It's really pretty. I pulled this one just because it has florals on it because I thought we could do some of these embellishments.
Well, if you're going to go with a Christmas tree theme, you may as well go with a Christmas tree theme.
But I'm putting these on
You can chrome it.
I'm putting them on your gold and silver nail that are already really sparkly. So these are really fine images. They won't show up very well, which is why I wanted something like this. It'll show up better.
Sounds good.
It's not going to be super chromy, but
This is the Light Elegance Pretties in Gold Hollow, and I just decided to do some chrome stamping with it just to see how it kind of worked out. So I'm using my white sticky polish, and I will leave all the stamping plates linked in the description box below because I just can't remember the name off my top of my head here. But I am putting this white down here first in the sticky polish. With the sticky polish, you want to go in fairly immediately so that everything transfers really nicely. And I really liked how sparkly this Pretties turned out, but I did have a hard time like completely getting all that white gone because it's not a chrome, it's a really fine glitter. And I know many of you have asked me if you can work with fine glitters in the sticky polish, and I really wanted to try one out for you guys so that you could see how it ends up looking.
what do you think? You can look at it now.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
That's pretty, hey?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I can find, what line should I do? Just plain white?
No, I thought you wanted to get away from white.
I could do different color of gold.
Oh, well, that works
I could
too.
just do like an
Perfect.
actual gold chrome, like this one.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Right?
Yeah, let's just get over the top gold.
Okay.
You guys know that I can usually wing a nail art design like no problem, and I can come up with something and I'm constantly thinking throughout the entire design what I'm gonna do. This was the exception because I actually just through this entire process did not know what I was gonna do, which is why my mom and I go back and forth so much on it.
I'm gonna have to get more of this gold one. I'm scraping the bottom of it already.
Oh my goodness. Didn't you just get that?
Yeah. It's not very like thick, and I think I go a little heavy-handed with it, which I feel like it's not surprising. I tend to do that.
I was thinking that the contrast between the more chrome gold and then the hollow gold would look pretty neat, which is why I decided to try it. But when I stamped the white there too, I also really liked just the plain white. There's just no other white in the nail design, which is why we decided not to use white at all. But after I stamped this, I did like the contrast between the hollow and the chrome, but I do wish the hollow sparkle showed up a bit better. So I'd probably use a finer glitter if I was gonna do that again.
Hold your breath when you do lines. That's the trick to lines. Do you want like crystals surrounding it or just the tree on its own?
I think just the tree. I think anything more than that we're going to be too much. No? You're going to take away from the tree.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's just get our ugly duckling shtick-it. I haven't used 3D in a long time. There's this company that Sarah shares in her videos, some of her haul videos, and they make like custom 3D charms out of acrylic and stuff. They look so nice. I might have to order some. I just need to find myself a little brush.
I'm afraid to breathe.
That's not good. Okay, you can cure that.
On my mom's thumbnail, I did not want to lose a lot of this really pretty gold, so I decided to put some red Swarovski crystals down. These are light cyan. They are the perfect like bright red Swarovski crystal color, and I love doing crystal clusters just kind of in the corner, especially if my clients have like a little bit of a longer nail. Not that my mom's nails are super long or anything, but she does have length, so I really like to take advantage of that and do a larger crystal cluster. So the crystal size in the middle is an SS20, then the ones that are surrounding it are SS9s, and then I go down to some SS7s to just kind of fill in the gaps as well. And just to touch on what I used for the 3D embellishment, I did use my Ugly Duckling Shtick-It, which also works really well for Swarovski crystals. I just prefer to use a glue. I've gone over this quite a bit when I'm using flat back crystals like this, but if you use a glue, your 3D embellishments likely won't stay, so I would definitely recommend using something like Ugly Duckling Shtick-It for your 3D embellishments. And then after you have set them in your Shtick-It and it's cured, go in and surround it too to just kind of cover up some of those lumps and bumps and make it stick a little bit better.
You said that to me before. You can't look at this until you put the top coat on. That's where it all comes together.
So true though.
You know, looking over there and seeing those fingers all in a bin there look kind of creepy.
What did Rose say to me the other day? It was this morning because she was helping me put away all my fake hands before my client came. And I was like, Rose, can you put these away? And she knows where they go. And she's like, Mom, sometimes these scare me.
Well, if that doesn't...
Right.
If that doesn't validate how real they look, I don't know.
Exactly.
But Talia, seriously, you've got a bin of fingers there.
Yep.
Could be a cauldron of fingers if it was any other season.
Seriously, you guys, my 4-year-old is hilarious. She definitely got her dad's sense of humor and she cracks me up every single day. So that is just like a little glance at like the kind of random things that she comes up with. But the last step that I have to do on my mom's nail design is to just top gloss. Of course, I'm using my Magic Gel Hyper Shine tack-free top coat because it seals over stamping so well. Now, because this nail was a very heavy stamped as well as heavy chromed nail, I did notice a tiny bit of pitting when I was top glossing over top of it. I don't even think it shows up on your guys' end there. So I did go in and do a second coat on top of this after it had cured too on that particular nail, but I don't usually have to do that with a Magic Gel one, and like the pitting was just so small. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed like a complete no idea what I was going to do on my mom's nails. This doesn't usually happen to me. Usually I can kind of just pick a theme or something and roll with it and just figure it out, which I guess is what we ended up doing. But behind the scenes, I felt like I was struggling a little bit to complete this design because it had been a while since I'd seen my mom and we were talking a lot, and yeah, anyway, it turned out good. I do really like what she got for her Christmas nails, but make sure you guys head on over to Sarah's channel and see what she came up with for this theme. She did these really long, beautiful, super sparkly candy cane type of nails, and I look forward to seeing how she came up with it. Make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. Come back in 2 days for the continuation of the series, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!